All right, family. We write black. We write black. We just gonna jump right on in. Make sure you check me out. GeneralSeti.com, SETI University. Make sure you get on over there and check me out. KingSeti.com, online marketplace. Official General Sarasun SETI DVDs, t-shirts, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for the living room, the dining room, and the kitchen. And we got a sale going on right now, 20% off, KingSeti.com. That's right. And make sure you check me out, Patreon. That's right, General Sarasun SETI, exclusive live streams, too hot for YouTube. Most definitely, we just dropped, the Kardashian crypto Jewish background, the occult matrix of Yay. You need to get on over there. We exposed. We pulling back the veil, family. We pulling back the veil. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, Sarasun SETI, General SETI, King SETI. Rock that notification. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends, and comment. Just be respectful, because I will ban your ass. We black family dealing with why the fact ancient Egypt were jet black destroys 90% of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. That's right. We right black family. Let me get right black on here. We ain't, if they got off, they better get right black on, because that's how we doing it over here. That's how we doing it over here. And so we see right here, we black again, showing the Ashkenaz. You see, showing that, he's not from Shem. So when you say Semitic, you're dealing with Shemitic. But see, the difference is when you get to the root of Shem, you see that Shem is Sham, the H, Ham. You see what I'm saying? And you see the root of Sham is Ham, which is black. Okay, black. And Shem or Sham was the brother of Ham. Okay, and so they didn't went in there and made it seem like that it was a curse on Ham is a curse. No, Adam, the very first man, was black, and we got to deal with that. Okay, now. Let's come on down here and deal with some things. Now, let's get back up here to Ham. Let's get back up here to Ham. Let's get back up here to Ham. You see, it says it is believed that he had Africa for his inheritance, and that he peopled it, but he dwelt in Egypt. He dwelt in Egypt. Okay, Africa is called the land of Ham, black. You see. And so even when you come down here, it says, if you go to the last paragraph, the descendants of the original Ham, Psalms, and go through we just went through. In these passages, Ham is used as another name for Egypt, and that's very significant. So when you look at even at Abraham, that's the man don't exist, but what the occult understanding is showing you where the wisdom is coming from. You see, where they, and they create, they didn't took certain wisdom, and they bundled it up, and they've created all type of mythological characters so that they can control the narrative of the origin of the knowledge. But we know that we are the authors. We know that we the authors. And so they want to make up a fictional story where they could steal our legacy, but we got them today. You see what I'm saying? We got them today. And so that's very significant that when you look and we see that Genesis 17 speaks, neither shall thy name anymore be called Abram, but thy name shall be called Abraham. Didn't call him Abraham, they called him Abraham. Now, this is the father of the Israelite nation. It started with Abraham because it's with Abraham that he made the covenant. You understand what I'm saying? He made the covenant with Abraham. Okay, and so it says, right, if Shem was so holy, why didn't Abraham take the name of Shem? He took the name of Ham, the one that had been smitten in his skin, right? Okay, and so you see right there, and I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee in the generations for an everlasting covenant, to be a God unto thee and to thy seed. See, that's very key, because it don't say nothing about no goddamn convert. It says to thy seed. See, and that's very significant. Okay, and we already done showed where he come up out of Ur of Chaldea, which is Babylon, which is the empire and nation of Nimrod. Babylon, the son Nimrod, the son of Ethiopia, the son of Kush. Okay, the son of Kush, the Negro, as the Talmud teaches us. Okay, as the Talmud teaches us. And so they sitting up here, wait a minute. So when we see certain names, we understand it. So we talk about Mesopotamia, you see, and we understand that Hammurabi, you understand, was the lawgiver in Mesopotamia. He brought the laws. Okay, he was like they Moses. He was the law, the code, the Babylonian code of Hammurabi. You see. And so you see Ham, and you see Abraham, and it's not Bethlehem, it's Bethlehem. And it says, what? Out of Egypt I have called my son. What? Out of Egypt, but you got to understand, we just read what Ham and Egypt is interchangeable. Out of Ham I have called my son. Out of blackness I have called my son. And so I went over that. So when you see Jesus flee into Egypt, and Joseph, took Jesus as a baby and fled into Egypt, God said, take the boy and go into Egypt. And I went over the fact that when a fugitive is on the run and they running more times than not, they're going to go to the closest members in their family. And that's why the FBI and all the police, those will be the first people's house that they go to looking for the fugitive. They'll tap their phone because the fugitive more likely going to need a way to survive. And so, he going to need money, food. And so he ain't going to second guess where he can get that from. He going to go to people that are closest to him or her, and that they know that they can receive something or some help. And so if Jesus and Herod was looking to take Jesus' life as a child, and they say flee into Egypt, it's because these were his family. You see, these were his family. He could hide into Egypt. He can't, if he was white, in no way he gonna go in the land of Ham and hide. He's not gonna go in the land of black and hide. Because remember that the Talmud said that Ham was smitten in his skin, as racist as they want to be. You see, and so we already see that Bethlehem, this is where he was born. He was born in Bethlehem. Is that correct? That's right. He was born in Bethlehem. Okay, he was born in the house of blackness. That's what he was born. He was born in the house of blackness. Okay, we got to document that. And so even Mohammed, okay, Mohammed, okay, and we already, and Hamilcar, and which was the father of Hannibal, and who was the king of Carthage, and it was Baal Haman, who was the chief deity of Carthage. Baal Haman, who and the Carthaginians were from Phoenicia. Okay, they were Canaanites, the Negro. The Canaanites, the Negro. Okay, and their hair was twisted and kinks and shit, and this, that, and the third. So we know they had woolly hair. Okay, we know that they had woolly hair. Let me keep it moving. And so right here it shows right here, and I read that, but I'll come. And so right here, this is Hosea. Hosea 11:1. It says, when Israel was a child, I loved him, and out of Egypt I have called my son. Out of Egypt I have called my son. Now this was this was in reference to Jacob. You see, you understand? So Jacob was also the son of God. Okay, when Israel was a child, I loved him. And then you go, this is the one that was re-emphasized in the New Testament in reference to Jesus. Out of Egypt I have called my son. So this was, in reference that, when God supposedly called Jesus out of Egypt after Herod had died, you see. And so this is Kush, you know, so we see Cushy, you see, and we see it's a derogatory term. And so when we go into Kush, we have to understand that Kush is Sudan. It's not the Ethiopia of today. You see, it's the ancient Kush, the ancient Ethiopia, you see, which is Nubia, okay? And let me come on down. And so we see Ethiopia, and you see at the top, you see the Hebrew, which is Kush. You see country of burnt faces. So not only is Ham burnt, see that, so we're not playing with this shit. Okay, ain't no white man gonna be burnt. He's not gonna be burnt. Let's leave this shit alone. You see what I'm saying? So we proven beyond any doubt that who they talking about. We're specifying. We're not just saying, oh, he's got skin, because somebody could say, oh, well, that could be anybody. You see what I'm saying? So we're documenting fact that we're dealing with African people lying south of Egypt, corresponding to what is now called the Sudan, the country of the blacks. Okay, so we're clear about that. Let me come in. So that right there is a Sudanese, and so we clear. And so we see here the name of Kush was derived from Egypt, and to the Egyptians Cash. Now you see right there, you see Kush on one term, and then you see Kosh with the A on another, showing you that the vowels is interchangeable. And then when you go to Mesopotamia, let me go to Mesopotamia. Let's get on these maps right quick. Now, when you look at this map, you see Sheba. That's the son of Kush, the Negro. Okay, let me keep that in your mind. You see? We're going back up here to the Talmud. We might have to bring this down. Let's bring this on down. Let me go on and let me go on and copy that. And let me go come on back down. So you see right here, it says Ham was smitten in his skin. And then, and if you look and you see the damn footnote up under it, said, right with Ham, said, i.e., from him descended Kush, the Negro, who is black skinned, but Ham is black. You see, he's black. Okay. And so if Ham was black, then also Egypt was black. Okay, and Canaan was black too. And so I just had to bring that up. So you know, and so we went over that. Wait a minute. And it says right here, let's deal with some things. So we're talking about who the Jew, or who the, you know, or you know, from Judah, and you know, or the other 12. And this is you know, this is only to document who's the original peoples of the land. Amos 9:7, it says, are you not like the Cushites to me, O children of Israel? I mean, that's kind of goddamn clear to me. You understand what I'm saying? Are you not like the Cushites to me? Matter of fact, the Cushites is taking preeminence at this time. It's like he told him, like, man, goddamn, I look out for you too, nigga, just like I look out for the Cushites. You see what I'm saying? Are you not like the Cushites to me, O people of Israel? You're making a very significant comparison because the Israelites look just like the Cushites. Okay, wait a minute, Zephaniah. Nah, people don't understand. You know who Zephaniah's father name is? Cushi. I say, wait a minute. His father name is Cushi. I got the damn, well, here it is right here. Now, Zephaniah is a prophet. And you look up there, his father name was Cushi. The derogatory term that they use for black people in Israel. Okay? And so you see right there, now, if you go back in their lineage, it goes back to Hezekiah, who was a king of Judah. That's very significant. You better go look that up now. Now, you go back and you see that Zephaniah and Cushi go back to Hezekiah. Let me see if I got that in there. if I got the verse. There you go. There it is. Zephaniah 1:1. Look at it. The words of the Lord that came to Zephaniah, the son of Cushi, the son of Gedaliah, son of Amara, son of Hezekiah. Hezekiah, the king of Judah. Look at that down there, king of Judah. In the days of Hosea, the son of Amma, the king of Judah. Oh, man. Judah is the Jews. Oh, shit. I don't know, man. I don't know what these people talking about, man. I don't know what these. Let's go down. Now, I don't necessarily have to, you know what? I saw it, see, because here, usually when they group two nations together, you know, that shows you that the Mennonites, now, the Mennonites were, they were interchangeable with the Ishmaelites. Okay, and that's significant. I want y'all to understand we don't have to believe in these people. We looking at geography and we making a clarity that they are black. We're not, we're making a clarity that they're black. So Midian is where Moses' wife Zipporah come from, and she was called Ethiopian. Okay, she was called Ethiopian. And the Ishmaelite, that's Abraham's firstborn son. But Ishmael, his mother was Egyptian, a Hamitic, a Cushite. And she took a wife from Egypt for Ishmael. So his bloodline went straight back up into the Hamitic. Now, the thing is, what y'all got to understand this, when these niggas talk about Hebrew, okay, I want y'all niggas to listen to me. When they talk about this damn Hebrew shit. Now, Hebrews are different from Israelites. They're different than Jews. Okay, because Jew is basically one that comes from Judah. Okay, now Hebrew is any of the ones that descend from Heber, okay, or Eber, okay, and so he was the father of the Hebrews. So from that classification, even Ishmael, even though the inheritance didn't go through Ishmael, it ends up going through Isaac. You see what I'm saying? So it went from Jacob. It went from Abraham to Isaac and Isaac to Jacob. Okay, and Ishmael, though he was the oldest son, it should have went to him, but it didn't. You see, and so they're good at that in the Bible. You see you can see they got a psychosis where the younger overtakes the birthright of the older. And you see that time and time and time again. Even though they got in there, it's a law that the oldest son, by right, that's his birthright. You see what I'm saying? And so they just keep taking it, and so you see Ishmael, because the Arabs swear up and down that fucking, that Ishmael is the father of the Arabs. And that they lie and say Ishmael and Abraham come down to Arabia and this, that. But in the Bible, it don't say nothing of the sort. It say his mother, an Egyptian woman, Hagar, took his wife from the land of Egypt. So you can see that the Mennonites being Cushites and the Ishmaelites being Egyptians, basically blood Egyptians, that they were of the same racial stock. That you could not tell the difference between the Mennonite Cushites and the Egyptian Ishmaelites. You could not tell the difference. You see, you could not tell the difference. So you see right here, it says Genesis 37:28, you see where it's interchangeable. It says, then Mennonite traders passed by, and they drew Joseph up and lifted him out of the pit and sold him to the Ishmaelites. You see that first they said Mennonite, but it's interchangeable. You see, and sold him to the Ishmaelites for 12 shekels of silver. they took Joseph to Egypt. Okay. And so right here, now, here we go. Now, what you got to understand, let me see if I can. Canaan, let me see if I see. That's the thing. I got to get me a good because it deals with all his sons, and so I'll deal with this one right quick, and then where I'm at 20 minutes. Okay, inhabitants of Canaan. Okay, Canaan is the fourth son of Ham, and the father of Sidon. Sidon, that's where you get the Phoenician. Okay, Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, the Hittite, and the Jebusite. Well, that's where you get Jerusalem, Jebus. Okay, they was the original inhabitant, and it's called Jerusalem after Jebus. Okay, and you can see even one of his sons was Hermaphrodite, black. A lot of people try to make the Canaanite, and they want to say that they white because they know that the Hebrew Israelite is quick to state that because they know they committed genocide. And so black people going to look at them silly when they find out that they committed genocide on African people. And so you see right there, the Jebusite, the Sidon and Heth, and even the Hermaphrodite. You see right there, these is all sons of Canaan, the Negro. Now we're going to go back up here now. We're going to go back up here. We're going to go back up here. Where is that at? Went up too damn far. Where was I at? Oh my God, where was I at? Did I come down? I did come down, didn't I? No, but I didn't come down that far. Where was I at? I was still in Kush. I was still in Kush. I was still in Kush. Where was I? Hold on, y'all. No, I was dealing with the Mennonites. Where was I? Right here. This is where I was. All right. And so right here, Judges 1:21. But the people of Benjamin, that's another one of the 12 tribes, that's the brother of Joseph. And no, all of them was his brothers, but Benjamin and Joseph was by the same mother. So them was the two youngest ones. Benjamin and Joseph was the two youngest out of the 12 tribes. Okay, but the people of Benjamin did not drive out the Jebusites who lived in Jerusalem. So we got to understand that the Jebusites are the niggas, the Negroes, the son of Canaan, the Negro. Okay, Jebusites who lived in Jerusalem. So the Jebusites have lived with the people of Benjamin in Jerusalem to this day. They live side by side and intermingle. You see, they live side by side and intermingle. Okay. Now, this is another significant one because it says Psalm 7:1 and a Shiggaion of David, a Shiggaion of David, which he sang to the Lord concerning the words of Kush. Listen, concerning the words of Kush, a Benjaminite. So right there, it shows you that there was a Benjaminite by the name of Kush. So then right here it just said they live side by side. We understand then, but in this one, it clearly said the words of Kush, a Benjaminite. And we just read out of the Talmud where Kush was the Negro, i.e. the Negro, right? I.e. the Negro. I.e. the Negro. That's what they said. So we see right there that there were Negroes that were Israelites. Ah, shit. if you couldn't make this shit up if you wanted to. You know what? You know, you couldn't make this shit up if you wanted to. Wait a minute, y'all. Let me get back here. I already did. Now, so we deal with, and so you see Sheba. And so what y'all got to understand, let me go back up here to some of these maps. When you look at this map right here, so when you look at this map, you see at the top, you see the Hittites. That's Heth. You understand? That's the son of Canaan, the Negro. You see, and then you see Assyria. You see, which was the kingdom that was founded by Nimrod, son of Kush, the Negro. You see, and then you got Babylonia, founded by Nimrod, the son of Kush, the Negro, i.e., the Negro. You see, and Elam, and we know that they founded that too. If you go into Greek mythology, it says that Elam or Susa was founded by Memnon. Do you understand? The king of Ethiopia. And the irony of that in Greek mythology, Egypt, the king of Egypt and the king of Ethiopia was also brothers. And not only that, Priam was the uncle of Memnon. He was the uncle of Memnon, you see? And so that means the Trojans was also Negroes, Ethiopians. You ain't going, you know what I'm saying? And so that's why when you see the Hittites, and we went over Colchis, if you didn't, and so let me go to Colchis. Let me see if I can get Colchis up here. When Herodotus said that Colchis was, let me see if I got it in here. I might and might don't. Well, I see right there where I got the Hittite. I probably don't have it in there, but Colchis is modern day Georgia, not Georgia in America, but right there on the Black Sea. If you see right there in that half circle right there, you see what I'm saying? You see that the inlet of the Black Sea on this side, that's Georgia. That would have been Colchis. You see, from here to here, and back, to the Caspian Sea would have been Colchis. And this is where Jason and the Argonauts, where he was looking for the golden fleece. It was in Colchis, and the golden fleece is the ram fleece, the golden fleece. So you can go to Egypt and see the golden rams. You see what I'm saying? And in Greek mythology, the golden or the golden fleece was like the Ark of Covenant. And so whoever held the golden fleece was like undefeatable. You see what I'm saying? And so Herodotus went to Colchis around 445, 55 BC, somewhere up in there, BC. And he said when he got there, it struck him so hard of the fact that he saw that the Colchians were an Egyptian race. And he said he didn't, he had heard of it from others, but, it shook him that he could see it for himself without, without even having to, lean on somebody else's interpretation. He said how he knew that they were Egyptians, first and foremost, that they were black with woolly hair. And Dr. Ben saying the other one, they even talk about their lips, how, they had big lips and shit. And then he went into their culture, the same culture that they practice up there, linen and so on and so, the particular linens and pottery and stuff that they were making up there. So he said he knew for a fact that they were Egyptians, and that they also practiced circumcision, that which wasn't practiced by, any other, nations on the planet other than the Canaanites, and the Canaanites, he said he talked to them and they admitted that, or the Phoenicians, they admitted that they had learned it of the Ethiopians and Egyptians. They admitted it. Okay, then. So we got more than one verification that Africans, rule not only what we call Arabia or all of that, all the way up over past the Caucasus Mountains, past the Caucasus Mountains. And so that's where you get the term Black Russian. You can get a Black Russian drink, but it's deeper than that. So they were past the Caucasus Mountains on the other side. So they ran Troy, they ran the Black Sea. Because our peoples were oceanographers. They were mariners. You know what I'm saying? They were on the ocean and the seas, trading and going and retrieving resources and so on from other lands. And they were the earliest colonizers of the land. It wasn't like nobody was there. And so our peoples, the extent of the Ethiopian empire went up into what today is called Europe. Was no Europeans that that white people, they were not there. They were not there. We're talking about we were the original peoples of the land. Period. That don't mean we are, genetically, but we are the first colonizers of that land. Okay, long before the European. Okay, let me come down. Now, I'm going to have to get off, and I'm going to get back off into this again tomorrow. But I'm going to get off into where I know they come from. Now, you're going to have to come back for this next one, family, because I'm going to cut this one kind of short, too, because I'm going to show you where the Ashkenaz come from. Now, this going to hurt now. It's going to hurt them, because it's true. It's true, okay? And I got some facts. So, I got that one card coming up after this one called The Gypsy and the Jew. And it ain't going to be long, but it's going to be strong. And I'm going to touch on it because I need to at this time. I don't want to get away. And, at this time when they talking so much, about who is who and this, that, and the third. And so you see, let me get down in here. And I'll back it up tomorrow. I'm going to be going on this for a while. And, because they own it and I'm going to get on. I'm going to stay on it. Matter of fact, is these? No, these are Ishmael's children right here. These are Ishmael children right here. But where was I going with that? Okay, I dealt with that health and showing the extent of our peoples up there. And so where is that other information? Let me see. I already dealt with that one. Okay. Now that one right there, now that's dealing with the Garden of Eden. Right there, where it says the name of the second river is Gihon. It is the one that flows from around the whole land of Kush. And so you got to understand very early. See, when they say land, that's a nation. You see? And so even when the book opened up, when it says the land of Havilah, the land of Kush, you dealing with a nation. So this shows you how they didn't force fit it. Civilizations that are far older than anything that they could even imagine. They force-fitted ancient civilizations of Egypt, Kush, of the African continent into the Bible. You see? Because, we are, the question I keep asking, and this is a very serious question. I'm going to go right back up here to this date. Right here. You see? Because they had the flood, right? At 2342 BC. And then I'm going to get off of this because this right here is critical. I can take this one slide right here, man, and I'll body slam whole universities of rabbis, imams, and pork chop dinner preachers. You see what I'm saying? With this one slide alone, okay? Now, if they got, now it's supposedly 8 people got on the boat. 8 people got off the boat. You see, 2342 BC, and so that means Shem, I'll leave it Shem for now, Ham, and Japheth. Now, how is it that when the Hermetics get off the boat, they damn near already nations? And really, they fucked up in Genesis when they talked about Eden, because how the hell you gonna have a land of Ethiopia before Ethiopia? You can't have no damn land of Ethiopia in Genesis, and then you come up here, Moses, it says Japheth born 2444, Kush born 2342. That's Ethiopia right there. So Adam is around 4,000 something BC. And so that before Adam, you're talking about the goddamn, how in the hell is you gonna make reference of a land and you just getting started? You ain't even supposed to have no land. You understand? There ain't supposed to be no land. And so right there, it show you right there. They slipped up right there. They slipped up right there. And they say near the land of Havilah, and then near the land of Ethiopia. God damn it, we ain't even no Ethiopia posted. It wasn't supposed to be no Ethiopia yet. You understand? So how, it shouldn't have been no nation you could even make a reference to. But they did, and that just show you right there that those nations was already there before the damn book was even written. But they put it in a way to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, that, everybody come along around the same time, and it's not true. We were already here. You see what I'm saying? And so when you look at that, let me come back down here. How is it that they get off the boat at the same time? And the Hermetics, the Kushites, the Negroes are already into high civilization. Nimrod is building. Where did they get that knowledge from? You see, you got to think about that. Where did they get that? It takes time to, and you got to think, goddamn, they just got off the boat. They just got off the boat. How did they populate fast enough to get enough population to build megalithic structures and shit like that? You see? And so when you think about the flood at 2342 BC, and then you talk about Jacob comes into Egypt 1876, that's only 466 years from the time of the flood to the time when Jacob comes into Egypt. 466 years. That's all it took for you to gather the knowledge to build this goddamn pyramid right here. And not only build the pyramid, goddamn, and listen, and this is another critical thing. I'm about to go to the next one, man. This is critical. When Jacob come into Egypt, he come in there with 77 people. It was either 72 or 77 people. Man, listen here. And you talk about you built what? Man, that shit was already standing for Jacob. Mama was born. The fuck is you talking about? It's 70 people and y'all built the goddamn pyramid. We got to stop this nonsense, man. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the chronology and you put it together, it's no way you gonna make me believe. I don't give a fuck what you say. You could talk to them silly niggas out there that don't have nothing else to do with their mind but let a nigga come in there and tear their mind up with this bullshit. It is no way. It is totally impossible. I don't give a fuck what verse that you can find there that's gonna verify that, it in 406, and you act like this the only one. God damn. Man, you need millions and millions of people, and you have to be gathering knowledge for hundreds of thousands of years to get to this point. You understand what I'm saying? They sit up here and say, oh, they was brought in to build. And you would think that if a motherfucker had if the Hebrew, the Israelite, had anything to do with a building like that, when they go into Israel, you would not be asking, where is David's tomb and where's Solomon's tomb and where's the tomb of Jesus? Where's the tomb of Abraham? If they had that kind of knowledge to build a pyramid like that, man, you would find adequate tombs. Even if they wasn't the same size as that pyramid, they would have had significant knowledge in building to where they would have built adequate tombs, at the minimum, adequate tombs for their own kings and prophets. Yet they claim to build a pyramid and we cannot find one fucking tomb. None. All of that shit over there is Disneyland. They didn't create a fictional burial and tomb that they didn't put together and say, okay, this is in Hebron, this is Abraham and Isaac and Rebecca, and you understand all that bullshit. Ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? The Arab already had that shit over there for the Jew got over there. And he added on to, and that's crazy. The Arab had that over there for the Jew got over there. And he added on, he added a side for himself. So you go in two separate doors when you get to Hebron. You know, I'm gonna do the last one tomorrow. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna put it up for tomorrow. And so when you come in, they got the tomb of the prophets and shit. So I guess it's Abraham and Isaac, and you know what I'm saying. And so you got one side for the Arab. You come in one door, and then you got one side where you come in for the Jew. Okay, and when you get in there, it's just, you know, they got some want to makeshift, I guess you want sarcophagus. They ain't even stone. I believe they wood or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then they got a cave, you know, where it's a hole in the floor. You understand? Where they say down in that hole is where they bury. I say, man, if y'all don't get out of here with this bullshit, this is bullshit, man. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, we killing the game, but we approving. Number one, you know, that the Canaanites, which the white Jew claim is the Negro. We reading right about the Talmud. Kush is the Negro. We reading right about the Talmud. Okay? And the derogatory term that they use for the black is Cushi. And we already done shown that one of the prophets in the Bible, Zephaniah, his father was Cushi. And that bloodline go back to Hezekiah, the king of Judah. And then we also seen where there was a Benjaminite who was Cush. And that it goes on. And it also dealt with the fact that the tribe of Benjamin dwelt in Jerusalem, and they could not push the Jebusites, which is the Canaanites, which is the Negro, could not push them out. And so they dwelt in there to this very day with the Negro. So it is no doubt that those people are not only black, they Africans, and that they Negroes, and that the Hebrew Israelite, even when they, and I'm going to end on this one, because I look at their 12 tribe chart. That's bullshit. I mean, y'all ain't even, man, come on, man. Get the fuck out of here. Ephraim, and they like on some because they give Ephraim, they say who they say is the Ephraimites, the tribe of Ephraim. I'm gonna show you some shit on where that damn 12 tribe chart. They ought to be lynched for that shit. They need to be lynched. They need to be lynched. And I know they hear me. I know they watching. Let me get that 12 tribe and I'm going to end so I can show y'all. Yeah, the Puerto Rican. That is the biggest piece of bullshit I ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the biggest, because Ephraim, now that's the crazy shit, because the Israelite birthright went to Joseph. You see what I'm saying? He went, so Ephraim is technically, he got Reuben. Yeah, the tribe of Ephraim. Yeah, they trying to say the poor. And his mama and what's his name? Manasseh, whatever his brother, but Ephraim was he was he got the bigger blessing. You know what I'm saying? From Jacob. You see what I'm saying? And so, I mean, that's the birthright. Go through Ephraim, basically. You see what I'm saying? And his mama was the Egyptian. You see? The Hamite, the black. Okay? And so what the fuck is they doing? Talking about, and how the fuck do that bloodline get way over there and their mama is an Egyptian, which is brother to the Kushites. You understand? Brother to the Canaanites. So all them Africans over there, and you know what I'm saying? They're still with the blood of the Nile in their veins. And these motherfuckers talking about the Ephraim, the tribe of Ephraim is in Puerto Rico. Man, y'all niggas is sad. Y'all is sad. I can't get away from it. Man, y'all niggas ain't got nothing for me. I don't even have to debate y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? I could just teach the people the truth and show them where to go in there and find it for themselves and leave it alone. I wouldn't even waste my time with you niggas. That is like the dumbest shit I ever seen in my life, where you just offer a nigga the crown. You know what I'm saying? You don't even take it for your goddamn self. Ephraimites. You see what I'm saying? Up out of Egypt. You understand what I'm saying? The Ishmaelites, they show the Ishmaelites was Kushite Ethiopians, black. You know what I'm saying? So Ephraim would have been black in the land of Canaan, black. There's no way you can offer them no goddamn Ephraimite. You know, from Ephraim, and he from Egypt. He's a Hamitic. You see what I'm saying? Bloodline of Ham. I'm done, family. I'm going to be black tomorrow. I'm going to stay on their ass. I'm not letting up. I'm not letting up. Okay? Listen. The land is ours. The land is ours. Even the nigga that they call the Hebrew Israelites stole it from Canaan. And you know what? And they always talking about, and I'm going to leave on this. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all how they stole our birthright. Let me tell y'all how you know you chosen as the African. You know how you know you chose? I want y'all to, every one of y'all out, you know how you know you chose? God give it to you first. God give it to you first. He say that's my holy land, right? And so why would God give it to someone that was, a sinner, a heathen, a defiler, to defile his land? If he figured that this is the holy land, why didn't he give it to the Israelites in the first place? You see, why did he allow somebody else to live in the land? Why he didn't just get a land to the Israel? Because they was not the chosen. The Africans was the chosen. They was the chosen. And ain't no God said that it's the nigga that wrote the book that wrote in there that God said. You see what I'm saying? All I want a nigga to do, and I'll say this and I'll say this again, and I'm about to get out of here. The next time one of you niggas say you talking to God, call me up on the 3-way, because I want to verify this shit. You understand what I'm saying? We need to put this shit on live TV. We need to get God on the phone. Next time a nigga have a pot, get God on. God, is this you? Nigga, what's up, man? What the fuck going on? Did you get his land to the Hebrew Israelites? Hell no, I ain't get this shit to them niggas. Them motherfuckers lying like a motherfucker. Said I've been trying to get with you, dog. Yes. I ain't gave them shit. Who said that? Man, I ain't read that bullshit. Man, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You understand what I'm saying? I lost your number, Sadie. Call me up on the three-way, nigga. When you talking to God, call me up on the three-way so I can verify this with God that he gave y'all the land. Other than that, this is just a wicked book that been written by a man that needed a justification on why he's sitting on our land. You understand what I'm saying? He need justification, and this ain't good enough no more, man. This ain't good enough. The Bible ain't good enough because we know that it's been written by a man. But we know that you left enough information in it where we can verify that we are the original inhabitants of the land. And I'm going to end on this. Now, a lot of times, like when motherfuckers do a crime, you get them crazy motherfuckers in, and they be asking them, they be like, well, why did you do this? Why did you kill these people? And some of them crazy motherfuckers be saying, God told me to do this. Okay, God told me to do. You nigga, if you go into the courtroom and you done killed 5-6 niggas, and they ask you why you did this, and you say, God told me to do this, you know what's gonna happen to your ass? They gonna give your ass the electric chair. That's what they gonna do. It's no way you can use an excuse like God made me do it. You see what I'm saying? And so when you look at what's written in the Bible, the goddamn justification of committing genocide on the original inhabitants of the land, because God said, goddamn Charles Manson said that shit. You understand what I'm saying? He put a goddamn cross in his fucking forehead and say God made him do it. And then you got the goddamn Branch Davidian. They say God told them. You understand that they should do this. You see, and then you got the motherfuckers out there, what's they call them motherfuckers? They had on Air Force Ones and shit. Heaven's Gate out there in California, Heaven's Gate. And the motherfucker told them to castrate themselves, but they had Air Force Ones on. Them motherfuckers went out. Them motherfuckers was fresh as hell, but they was missing a very precious piece, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? They was missing a press, but this is what they say. So what it boils down to is that you cannot use a God as verification of homicide and genocide on the people. When you take the God concept out of there, the verification that we are the original inhabitants of the land, the rightful owners of the land, it could be found in the book, period. And we need to continue to study it, peel out the garbage, throw the garbage away. We don't need that. We only telling the stories to show everybody that this is us, and we don't have to lie. We don't need their verification. That's what's critical. We do not need their verification. We don't need it. Period. I'm out of here, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. The one that was coming on after that, I'll drop that one tomorrow. I'm going to keep cracking heads. This is the General Sarah Soon said. He's saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.